certainly happy to have Lon come on. He and I have been friends a long time. Can you imagine a basketball coach that coaches at UNLV, Kansas State, played at Kansas State, Florida, Illinois, Oklahoma, and went to the end, and I think I skipped
He
one.
coached at Texas Pan American, Dad. Yeah, we've been down there to Edinburgh,
well,
Texas.
Anyway, yeah, it goes to the cotton picking NCAA with every cotton picking team. I mean, it's you can't introduce a guy that's that good. He went to the pros at Atlanta. And I think he was assistant coach with the Knicks. He's been a competitor and a friend for a long time, and he does a great job. And he's got a booger bear of a game tonight, and there are 0 coaches who would be on your show the night they play Kansas. None, except him. And, of course, we'll mention the game with Alabama a little bit, and he's got a great player in Trey. But certainly it's an honor to have Lon on our show. Good morning. How you doing?
Good, Coach. Barry, how you guys doing? Appreciate the chance to be with you.
Oh, doing great.
This basketball game tonight is a game that is against a consistent team. To have won the way they have won consistently over the years is quite phenomenal. Talk a little bit about the Kansas team as well as your team.
It's a phenomenal streak. They've got 13, I think, consecutive Big 12 championships, either won or shared. And as you know, there's been a lot of good teams in the Big 12 during that time, and still Kansas has been there. Bill does a great job. They've got great players. They've got a great home court atmosphere, crowd. So every year they're tough, and they're tough again this year. And we've got them tonight, and we'll have to play awfully well to have a chance to beat them.
Yeah.
We're talking with Coach Lon Kruger, head coach at Oklahoma. Coach, tell us about Trey Young. When you guys recruited him, obviously you didn't think he would put up the numbers that he's putting up now, but just tell us a little bit about maybe his recruitment and then, the impact he's had on your team and in college basketball this season.
Trey's a special player, obviously. He grew up a Sooner fan, just 10 minutes down the road here from our basketball facility, attended all the games as a youngster, and yet, coming out of high school, one of the top players in the country. So recruited by everyone, but in the end, I think he wanted to be a Sooner, wanted to share that experience with his family. They're very close, so happy to have him. He burst onto the scene. Those first 10, 12 games, he went from not on many lists to being the top guy on the list. So very deserving of all the accolades he's got. We've crossed the line a little bit, haven't played as well as a team. We're trying to the last couple of ball games, but that's the nature of conference play, and we've got to help him bounce back and play a little better tonight.
Yeah, that.
You're having a game with Alabama at 1:15. I know you don't want to talk about a game down the road too much, but I did want to naturally mention it because we're in Tuscaloosa and Birmingham. But Colin Sexton is a very good player for Alabama. It's got to be more than those two against each other. It's got to be the other four doing a good playing for it. Now I know that you probably haven't seen Alabama just except from a distance, but what do you feel? How do you feel then about the Big 12 ACC matchups that we have 10 games this year, and the Big 12 actually I think is the best league in the country? Is that a good thing? I know you're not playing at home. That's not a good thing. But talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, if you're playing at home, it's a little bit better thing. But
yeah,
it's part of the exposure that people are looking for in in basketball and promoting the sport during league play. So many times people start giving attention only to March Madness and start taking significance away from league play, which is really a big grind and really tough. And so it's kind of a ESPN driven promotion, which is great. Again, if we get the opportunity to play a good team like Alabama, it's a big challenge and one we look forward to.
We're talking with Lon Kruger, obviously the head basketball coach at Oklahoma. Coach, talk a little bit about football and basketball coexisting. You guys are great in basketball. You're great in football. Alabama is building towards. I know Dad had it going like that in the 80s and 90s. But you can have great football and great basketball at an institution. How do you guys use one another to help each other?
It's been great. Bob Stoops was here, for 18 years. Did a fantastic job. Set the tone for great relations within the department. He was very supportive of all the other sports. He'd visit with our recruits during a football weekend on a football morning. Just a terrific guy. And now Lincoln Riley, the same thing. So football, obviously is the leader. They set the tone. Unfortunately, in our case, those coaches have been fantastic, and all the sports, are thrilled when the football team does well, and certainly the football team here in Alabama, they've done well for a long time.
Yeah.
Coach, tell our listeners a little bit, coaching in the pros. I know you were with Atlanta, and I think you were assistant maybe with the Knicks. Talk a little bit about I guess the relationship between player coach and the X's and O's a little bit, and practice sessions a little bit. What's the difference there?
It is different, no question about that. You're dealing with players, obviously, at a different stage in their life. NBA guys have made it to the NBA. They've got their families, they've got their ages, they've got all the folks around them, whereas college kids, obviously, are still working in that direction, still developing, still wanting to get there to that next level, if you will. So it's a different relationship for sure. And even though we didn't win in Atlanta, and we thought we'd go down there and help them change the culture and help them turn that around, and we didn't do that. We got fired in our third year, and yet it was a humbling experience in a very healthy way. So we still got a good relationship. Meeting people in Atlanta, and still a big fan of the NBA. They're the best players in the world, and terrific. On every front, very special due to their ability and athleticism. So it was a good experience, and we didn't get it done there. So, but happy to be in college now, and happy to be working with these young people in Oklahoma.
We're talking with Coach Lon Kruger. Coach, you went from Texas Pan American to Kansas State to Florida to Illinois to UNLV to Oklahoma. You did a great job at each stop. When you go into these new jobs, what is it like to go in there and kind of, because every job's different, trying to figure out, hey, what makes this job tick? Where do I need to recruit? How do I handle it? How do you do that? Because you've been so successful, but you've gone to different jobs across the country.
Every job is unique, and yet every job is always about people. And, we've always gone in, and the blueprint's kind of the same. We just, we listen, number one, and spend a lot of time, number two, with the players. And I think when you, as coach knows, when you spend the time and when you're sincere about it, and the players understand that you really are about them, and you really are interested in their well-being and helping them develop both on and off the court, you're going to spend the time to reinforce that, and then they start trusting you to do the things, and then they buy in, and it's a team effort. It's not, my program. It's our program. It's a community's program. It's a university, and we just try to get everyone on the same page. And I think you do that by, it's always about time. You can say you're going to do something, you can talk about it until they see you spend your time investing in them, and it's probably not going to work. That goes in business. That goes in family. That goes really in every walk of life, and sometimes we don't spend enough time in the areas that should be most important to us.
Sure, Dad.
We appreciate so much you taking time to be on. I know it's a busy morning for you, and I know it's not. We'd have nobody that would do something like this. I didn't really mean. I was going to try to get you on at another time, but once you were willing to do it, I was tickled for you to do it. Tell Barbara we all said, hey, I look forward to. I'll stop by the dressing room Saturday and speak to you, and I look forward to visiting with you then.
Thanks, Coach. Always
okay.
Good talking to you, giving that our best, and very good talking to you. Have a great day.
Thanks. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.